Behind me is the UK, well, Marketplace's cheapest 335i E91. It's 2008 3 litre twin turbo auto, for those that don't know about these. To be fair, I don't really know much about BMWs either, so we're just going to give this one a crack and see if we can fix it. All I know is that it needs a water pump and thermostat housing because it's overheating, and I think these are a common fault on these cars. I've not long bought this, and like I said, it was the cheapest one on Marketplace, so there must be a reason why the guy took such a low offer for it. So let's get dug in. Now this is going to be a learning curve for me because I've never done one of these before, but it looks like it's had a new pump fitted before, because the standard ones have a plastic housing on them. I think this is a Purebird one. I'm sure I saw it wrote on it somewhere, but I'm guessing it's failed because the yellow warning light's coming on. So we're getting that changed, and the thermostat housing, which is right there as well. But I think I need to take the anti-roll bar out the way. Possibly, oh, that's broken off there, so whoever's been in before doing this has just snapped that off. So I'm guessing it'll just be anti-roll bar out the way, get the hoses off, and we'll see what happens. With the anti-roll bar out the way, we can see a wee bit more. So this hose here, that Jubilee clip needs to come off. That plug needs to come off. I'm guessing these two female Torx will need to come off there. There's a couple of hoses up here in the thermostat housing that need to come off as well. There, and one up there too. But we'll keep going. And this is now the messy bit, as you'll see as well. Nice clean oil leak free engine as well. I don't have to buy some shite, but it is what it is. Let's get it fixed. There we go, now we've made an excellent big mess of the floor. We're now onto the thermostat housing hoses. So there's a wee C-clip just up there where my finger is. I think it's like a T-piece, or just a wee three-way 90-degree piece, and then on this bit here where my middle finger is, there's a C-clip on that as well. So we'll get them pulled off now and see how much more water or coolant we cover ourselves in. That's that pipe off of that fitting there, the big pipe off of that fitting there. Made an absolute mess as usual, but I'm quite confused now because this was sitting on there, and then the O-ring was just like half cut in, so I'm not sure what's going on. We'll get the thermostat housing out and the pump off now, and that should be us pretty much fully stripped, and we can figure out what the crack is with these seals. When I was lying underneath, I didn't have my goggles on or my specs, and I get antifreeze in my eye when it was pouring out, so I've just had my head under the tap for a wee while there, trying to rinse it out, but my own fault. But I just wanted to let everyone know it's not pink eye, no one's farted in my face when I've been sleeping, it's just antifreeze. So I digress anyway. Let's get the rest of these parts unboxed and make sure that we've got the right stuff. 500 quid just for these two items. Thanks very much, BMW. Excellent. So it's the next day, well, the next afternoon. I've spent most of the day trying to find parts and sort stuff out for this car, because this pipe is no use, but I'm going to need to reuse it. You can see the end of it there is all chewed up, so I need to reuse this one until the new one comes in a couple of days. And this is the worst one. That's the engine to the water pump feed silicone rubber hose, and it's flapping about like a empty trachea in the wind. So that definitely needs replaced, but we can't get it till next week. So the car needs to be built back up and just hope that doesn't go pops. The rebuilding process is pretty much the backwards way of how we took it apart, funnily enough. So just getting the water pump in here, and once everything's all in and tightened up, we can get the antifreeze put back into it and then start the bleeding procedure, which I never actually filmed because I forgot to press record on the phones. Anyone that says they enjoy working on BMWs, you're lying. It's not a bad job to do, but it's just, there's not much room, and this time of year your fingers get cold. So, but we're all built back up together, anti-roll bars back on and tight, so we'll head up above under the bonnet and get the coolant topped up now. That is our wee plunger at the full max, so put 5 litres of the green or blue, whatever colour it is, the green stuff in, 5 litres of that. So let's get a wee cold start on the go. I'm now another 24 hours since that cold start. Took the car a run and it's overheated again, so the pump's still not circulating the coolant. So I managed to drive it a wee bit along the road and then started overheating, so brought it back into the garage, and I've been chasing my tail ever since. Had the auto electrician out as well, because I had tested the plug down at the pump, and on the screen now you'll see the wiring diagram and the circuits for the plug, and I'm getting 14 volts on 2 of the pins, 8 volts on the signal wire. The auto spark brought his oscilloscope and we're getting a good signal on the violet signal wire. Earth's really good as well, so we're pretty positive that it's the replacement pump that we've been sent is faulty on fit. So we'll I think I'm just going to put the car back together and set it out in the driveway, because we've got a couple of days to wait till we can get the new pump. So I'm just going to throw it back together, chuck it outside, and I'll see you in a few days. Before I build it up, actually, you'll see these are the constant feed wires for the water pump. This one goes over to the block, the junction block there. So that's all fine, it all tests out. And then the fuse was all good, 50 amp, and then the red wire goes along here, along down into here. And you'll see some folk might not agree with testing it this way, but I've spliced into the cable here, so I've checked the resistance. Resistance is all good throughout all the wiring for it. This is our signal cable here for the DME. That's all good. And then we've got our ignition lives here for the pump as well. Everything's all testing out fine, so I'm just going to throw it all back together and stick it outside, like I said, because I'm fed up with it for now.
2 weeks later.
I don't know how this video is going to be edited or not, or for it to look good, because I've kind of just jumped the gun. I fitted the first pump you would have seen me fit there, was the one that's in this box, and it didn't, like I saw when I showed you the wiring and all that, it wasn't working at all. So then I got a replacement pump from my local supplier, and it's an ENA pump. Both of these are ENA pumps, but I fitted this second one as well, and it just was not activating for the bleed procedure at all. So I'd done away with these 2 pumps, and then I actually bought a second-hand Continental pump from a BMW breaker and fitted that, and it worked for a wee bit, and now it stopped working. So my only theory now, because all the electrics are all checking out fine in my point of view, is I've now went to BMW direct, and for £753.42 I got it's a Continental pump, but it is from BMW, refurbished from, it's called they called it value parts, but for over 500 quid for a pump on its own, or £630 it was. It's not quite good value. But genuine BMW thermostat this time instead of the cooling components one, and then a new Continental pump from BMW. So Fingers crossed that it's going to work this time, because I don't know, I've got no idea where to go from this now. On goes the new water pump for the 4th time, getting pretty fast at these, so now that that's on, it's time to top up the coolant. Now that I've got the new pump and the thermostat fitted, I'm actually shiting myself, to be honest, because I feel like it's a bit of a gamble, because like I said, I've already fitted 3 different pumps, 2 brand new aftermarket ones, 1 second-hand one that came from a BMW breaker, so all 3 of them don't work. I feel like this is going to be a pretty expensive gamble to find out if it is just due to the aftermarket stuff not communicating with the DME in this car. So I'll get the antifreeze topped up, and then we'll see we'll see if the bleeding procedure works. Might be cheering with happiness, might be crying in anger, I don't know, we'll see what happens. The bleeding procedure for this takes about 12 minutes, so I've just got the battery charger hooked up just so that I don't drain the battery having the ignition on for so long. So I feel like it's time to pay the piper, or I don't know what the saying is, man, but this is going to end one way or another in tears or... Right, so we want the ignition on, and then we come down here and have all of our temperature settings right up to max. Put the fan to its lowest setting, but don't turn it off. And then once the dinging stops, hopefully, put the foot in the accelerator for about 10 seconds. There's nothing happening. Why is there nothing happening? This isn't good. It's not looking good. Why, man? Why is this not... Right, I don't know what's going on, because the bleeding procedure's not starting. I have no idea what's going on, so I'll just set this up on the stand, and then I'll go back inside and see if I can get it to do it again. It's not looking good. Hotel's out now. To be honest, I was expecting more codes than this, because when I first bought the car there was about 7 or 8 in the DME, so we'll just see what it comes up with. I was getting with the other pumps, water pump speed deviation, water pump not non-existent or something like that, but see, speed deviation, exact same one, absent though. So we'll try clearing this and then see if we can get it to do the procedure again. Maybe it just needs cleared to get it going again, so we'll see. Right, our codes are cleared and rescanned, and it's not coming back up. So I'm hoping that it just needed the code cleared. So we'll just start from the beginning. I've got a yellow battery light on though. Maybe it's not got the juice to do it, but I've had the charger on it as well, and nothing's playing ball, so heating's all okay, fans are fine. Foot on the accelerator. There's nothing, it's just totally dead. Totally stone dead. I don't know. I think this might be the end of this video, because I don't want it being too long. And then we'll come back with a part 2 and hopefully get it fixed. If anyone has had this issue before, please let me know in the comments, because I'm really stuck now. I don't know, must be something else on the CAN system like I mentioned earlier, so I'll need to look into that. But this video has not been very fun to film, to be honest, so give us a wee thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and a wee subscribe please. As you can tell, I'm a wee bit deflated, so I'm away to go and have a cry. See you later on guys, cheers.